Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. And of course, you gotta get the Hoppin' Skin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AEW Sidecast. Collisions. AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm a little off here as we get things going here. As always, sorry about yesterday. I was supposed to be on with the Death Before Dishonor, and based on all the drama that went on all night, it seems like it might not have been the worst thing in the world for me not to stream that show. So just want to make sure everything's going well here. Oh. There we go. Now I'm back up and running. Excellent. Sorry, I had a little, just a little thing with the chat thing going on. Zodiac, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well, by the way. A wee bit worn out, but good. Yeah, I could see why. No, it's been a draining couple days. I think that's safe to say for all of us here. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Forgive me 1 second here, chat. I'm just working on... hate when things have to update while I'm literally live right now. So, just Streamer Bot. It's the thing I use for my chat. So, I'm just letting it warm up and figure things out and let it do magical things. But yeah, if you guys get an opportunity from last night, do yourself a favor. Check out the Supercard of Honor or the Death Before Dishonor show. Because seriously, there is like that finish in the end there between with the Hechicero and Bandito match, followed by the Mina Shirakawa and the Athena, Mina Shirakawa and Athena. Those two back to back might be the best 1-2 punch to finish a show that we have seen all year, regardless of AEW or ROH. I'm not considering WWE because WWE does not do semi-main events to main events well at all. Like, let's just call a spade there. But, yeah, tonight, not 100% sure what's on the card. I know one thing that got moved. For those wondering, the celebration for Taz being raised to his I guess an orange banner going up to the rafters during the show. That's going to be moved to Wednesday instead of tonight. Apparently, Taz got surprised last Wednesday with the announcement that they were going to do it on Saturday, but unfortunately, they wanted some time to get some. He wanted to get some family and whatnot available, so we're hopefully going to be able to get some families showing up there next week just to make things feel good for Taz. But on top of that, we got FTR taking on Adam Priest and JD Drake of the Workhorsemen. Once again, another group that doesn't get a lot of exposure here on AEW TV a whole lot. They're more of an ROH team, but they are there for support. They're sort of like the premier athletes, right? Like the premier athletes are supposed to be. They're technically AEW on the roster, but they do get a lot of work and advice from the. They do a lot of work in ROH. Let's put it that way. I haven't had a chance to watch the pre-show. I haven't had a chance to. I missed most of the trios title match where Shane Taylor Promotions, which I know that certain people in the chat are more than excited about. Shane Taylor Promotions ended up winning the six-man titles off of Sammy Guevara and the Von Erichs. And then the Von Erichs ended up getting turned on by Sammy as Sammy joins LFI. So he is now running with Roosh, the Beast Mortos, and Dralistico. So as Roosh was the mystery partner for Sammy Guevara as they took on the Outrunners. It was a little disappointing the fact the Outrunners couldn't get the ROH titles last night. But we all know there's a story there for that, so as we're getting into the card here tonight, do yourself a favor, and Tony Khan's made it a lot easier for you. Last night's Death Before Dishonor card has been moved to YouTube because the broadcaster for the VOD and the app program that they use, Bright Cove, I believe it's called, they shit the bed, so Tony just said, screw it, we're putting it on YouTube. Sammy gonna have language barriers with his Portuguese? Maybe. I don't know. I really don't. But you know what? It's good to see Sammy getting some kind of direction. And it's, somewhat forward and not backward and all the way around. And Blake Christian, I guess they're calling themselves the Swirl now. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. They had a hell of a victory on the Death Before Dishonor card, taking out the Kingdom. Is it still a joke that he's called the Spanish God while knowing no Spanish? Oh, definitely. That's the ultimate way you can be a heel, right? The hell? Moxley talking to Garcia, not even, the bell just literally rang. Like, is he literally in a recruiting drive? This is full recruitment mode. And actually, it goes back to the night that Danielson got, murdered on live TV. If you guys aren't familiar, there were 4 people that were involved in the little episode there that were looking to defend Danielson at the time when he was getting choked out by what was known then, I still believe, as the Blackpool Combat Club. It was Daniel Garcia, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Hook. And it very well could be those guys that actually set things up, and they might be the quote-unquote Avengers that end up taking on the Death Riders here. I honestly feel the way things are going to play out here a little bit. Chat, let me know what you think. In terms of fantasy booking here, Moxley's going to be in Garcia's ear constantly here, trying to recruit him, trying to give him notes, trying to help him out. Daddy Magic's going to have an aneurysm. And eventually, just before he does look to join the Death Riders, we get the return of Orange Cassidy. It's been rumored that he is ready to go or getting close. So once that happens, I think we're going to have a little bit of a walk in the park there. So the little kid slapping Garcia's head. Is that just... Does he not learn? Yeah, I have to send out a post here that we're live here tonight. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated for the last few days here. Just yesterday, I was just way too tired. I would have been literally trying to watch that show because that ended up being a 5-hour show. But yeah, the pure title match with Lee Moriarty and Shusha, or Shushi, I believe is the name. It's out of Mexico. One hell of a technical wizardly amazeballs, I think is the best way to put it, for about 15 minutes. And they announced yesterday that they finally are going to get the Pure Championship in for the women. So they're actually getting another championship going. Queen Aminata defeated Taya Valkyrie in the opening match of the quarterfinals for that tournament. In what I feel was a pretty solid match. But if, we're honest here. Hey, listen here. We're both honest here. We're all honest here. When it comes to the ROH show, the first half of the show, while it's still pretty consistent, yeah, it's a little skippable. If you want to watch on double speed on what's going on, Mike is the most honest streamer ever. I think there's people more honest than me. Unfortunately, I'm honest to a fault. That might be a problem here. My God, Garcia. Once he starts unloading these bombs here. But yeah, it's fun to get back on the mics tonight. The only thing that, I'll be frank, the only thing that sucks royally here today is the fact we are currently at 32 degrees here right now. So we've been like this all week. So being inside with no AC, this is like the ultimate in sauna work. And we're supposed to finally clean things up here a little bit. Christian almost gets a victory. Oh yeah, there it is. Guillotine, he's done. Really? Oh, Garcia. Okay, I see you. He's doing the Claudio and the Suzuki thing. You hit the sleeper or whatever as long as you can, and then just literally turn it right into a pile driver and finish it. Garcia looks like he's good getting back on track here. All right, Shivani, what do you got to say here? Sorry, folks. Just like I said, I don't have mods to do social media posts for me. I have a hard enough time doing that myself. So he wants a rematch? There we go. Got some socials out. Gotta let everybody know. Got pal. And Wheeler's just. Why is Wheeler the voice of John Moxley? So Wheeler, I don't know whether he's got to be injured or what the hell. Just not being used at all. God bless this crowd. But no, we're gonna have a lot of fun here, and it's funny. Last night, one of our local promotions here tried to talk about how they got such a great, super huge announcement going on here. Oh, yeah. Don Phallus. He's never said a word. You can't say he hasn't asked for anything. I like Don Phallus. Well, Roddy's out. Maybe they just think that maybe just think that Paragon's not working, so they're gonna put Roddy heel. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to figure out what they're doing here at this point. They can't even find something clever to put up there instead of Fletcher's. What about Josh Alexander? I thought he had socials too. No, this will be a fun match. Who do you think should be the next contender for Kyle Fletcher? Or yeah, for Kyle Fletcher. Do you think they do the Battle of the Kyles? Wouldn't be the worst idea in the world if they did that. Like Ishii's already had his shot. Roderick? Well, maybe. So they're using Ishii's music, but Kyle's graphic. It's not bad. That's actually a really good question. Like, who would you put in there? Like, that's the problem we have right now. That there's a bit of a, how do I put it politely? A bit of a standstill in terms of who you put in there against Fletcher. Yeah, this should be a lot of fun as we get into this, though. You know what? Even if Roddy isn't here as part of the tag, the change in dynamic to have Ishii in there. Because what? We can get Tomohiro and Alexander going at it one-on-one. Oh, next week's going to be a lot of fun. Fletcher, Alexander, and the Bucks versus Omega, Page, and Jet Speed. Juice Fletcher would be a fun build-up to Jay White. Here's the problem right now, though. We really don't know when Jay White's going to be back. From what I've heard, Jay White is possibly in the same range right now as Buddy Matthews. In terms of his build-up and his healing from the injury, it isn't catching the way that you really want it to. It's sort of like the Blue Jays pitching today. The fact that they just can't get that last thing over. Get Speedball in there? Yeah, maybe. Like, here's the thing. Down in that TNT division, everybody's talking about, there's too many titles here. There's in AEW, and in many ways, you could possibly think there might be, but look at the list we've thrown through here. We got O'Reilly, we got Strong, we got Ishii, we got Speedball, we got Juice. That's just for one title, and there's a lot more people on this roster to run through. Like, we haven't even talked about, the possibility of Ibushi being part of this, too. I do think we're probably going to end up getting an Okada-Ibushi match somewhere soon. Just because TK is actually probably trying to get as many of these dream matchups in before they all run, like, until everybody literally runs out. Scorpio Sky would be absolute. Like, there you go. Like, let's just. It's both divisions. Here's the problem, and it's a good problem to have. They only have what? 5 hours of TV if you include Ring of Honor? And I think it's funny. With everything going on with Ring of Honor last night and that disaster they had with. It wasn't working apparently on Chrome, Firefox, or Microsoft Edge. So basically, the big three of browsers. For the record, I had no problem watching it because I have the Ring of Honor app on my Roku TV. So for me, it was just a piece of cake. But sorry, where I was going with that. If you take a look at the numbers for what happened for yesterday's show, I believe it's close to 195,000 people have already watched the show and it was 125,000 live with no notice. That TK sent an X post. He didn't even send anything out on Blue Sky. Juice and that's right. We're getting the rivalry match here. Juice and Big Bill. And Alex Windsor. And they might actually go back to run Mercedes and Windsor again. Blue Sky's kind of dying. Well, I'm not sure. I'm really not when it comes to Blue Sky. Whether I keep track as much as I can on it. Oh yeah, Fletcher is busted open big time. Oh my God, we're getting picture-in-picture again tonight. There is seriously something wrong here with AEW with the fact we're actually getting a picture-in-picture. Ugh. I wonder, is that the same cut that he got at All In, and he just never, it's never fully healed yet? But yeah, just, well, no, Kip had a broken nose, and apparently his eye looked really gnarly the next morning because one of the reaction streamer I've been perusing for a whole bunch of stuff going on, and once again, I just want to give a live thank you once again to Make Yourself Famous for sending over their crowd last night. You ever watch a reaction stream and not realize who they are, like by name, but you just know that picture? Yeah, that was one of those. It's like, holy crap. I messaged them that they don't have the regular socials, so I messaged them on TikTok and thank you. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't flip out the way I normally do with things that big. But no, it's still what we got. Billy Starks, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue versus Amanada, Tony Storm, and I can't see it because the picture's too small, picture in picture. I don't think it's going to be Windsor because they gave her a separate graphic, so. No, we got some good matches. Like Tony Khan literally just decides he wants to throw something together, and he will. When it comes to a Saturday night. And I really wish, I really, really do wish that all wrestling was more like that. Like it used to be. And I remember the days of you would go to some of our local indies, you would literally you would know that they were having a show and you just show up because you know you're going to get good matches. They wouldn't announce a single match, but you knew they would have an awesome card put together. You had sort of an idea what you were going to get. And I really wish, like, AEW is starting to get to that point right now, especially with Collision. At least with me, if it's not with a lot of you here. And please let me know if you think otherwise here. But when it comes to AEW now, it's just literally AEW's on. We know it's going to be a good show. The lowest level for the matches is it's sort of like what we talked about when it came to All In. And when it came to Forbidden Door, With Forbidden Door, the standard is so damn high right now that it's hard to live up to. That's the big thing. It's just plain old not hard to live up to at this point. I don't know why that. I'm going to have to fix that ad thing later. I love how Callus is trying to calculate stuff. And by the way, what do you guys think of the new GIF that came out of last night? Bandito just sitting there, just doing this back and forth to Don Callis. I swear that needs to be a permanent GIF everywhere. Gosh dang it, that was a Michinoku driver. Like that was literally just a straight spike down. So we get 3 weeks in Philly, then we go straight to London, Ontario, which London isn't exactly the biggest town in the world. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of crowd they actually get for that. But it is going to be an arena show, so that's probably the weirdest part of the whole thing. Oops, accidentally hit the volume button there. Oh, that is an awesome reversal by Alexander. Using your strength to convert it over. And then O'Reilly just does the same thing again. Pretty damn awesome. Oh God. O'Reilly's so over everything here. Like, oh, I love that kick out where he just literally hangs onto the arm. Oh my God, he's got the cross arm breaker. Is he going to get a tap out of this? I was going to say, Ishii's doing a pretty good job there. Like, keeping his body sort of. He's got a head on a swivel there, so, you know, he can see if he needs to help his partner out, but at the same time, watching the guy outside the ring. It's an attention to detail like that I really do enjoy. And that's what a lot of these expert wrestlers are like. Oh, God, yes. Did you see where Booker T was called a gummy spot stuff? You know what? The gummy spots in and of itself, if you had no context, didn't watch the show or do anything, I could see where somebody might say something about that. However, all you had to do is watch the early part of the show where they did the segment to call it out because he told the producers to find something, the most dangerous thing they had in London. And the production crew said, screw you, we're going to get you gummy bears. And once again, Booker T, it's a pot called the kettle black thing. Well, let's call a spade a spade. It's not. I don't even know if Booker believes his own BS on that one. I think he's more under the. Oh, God. The C4 spike, my God. I think that's the first time we've seen it. The first time we've seen it in AEW. The only difference with that between that and a normal one. He likes milk. He sold the hell out of milk. Yeah, that. The C4 spike from Alexander, it's supposed to be a double underhook, like a butterfly, where he holds the arms, but Ishii's arms don't go that big. Hey, Nats, how you doing tonight? How you doing? How's it holding up? How are things? Watching college football back in season now. It's going to be a crazy 3 months. Congratulations to everybody for surviving the summer without college football. Oh, God. Jamie Hayter and Tekla going at it already. Let's go. Oh, my God. This is like. These two ladies are just absolutely beating the living piss out of each other. Oh, it's Mina with Tony. Okay. Yeah, I hope you get a chance to check it out. Like, do yourself a favor as well. Go on YouTube and check out Death Before Dishonor last night. Oh, God. And Tekla goes for a dive. Did you watch the whole show or did you just watch the mains? Because if you didn't get a chance, you watched the whole show? I want this to be a segment where those two literally just beat the piss out of each other constantly backstage until they finally do a Falls Count Anywhere show. Bandito stole the show. Hey, I do. My personal belief, and Nats, feel free to agree or disagree with me here. That those the Bandito Hechicero and the Mina Shirakawa Athena was the best 1-2 punch in terms of finishing matches on a pay-per-view that I think we've had all year. And there's been a lot of candidates for great matches there, but I honestly feel that this is literally the biggest ones we've had from both sides. Just by pure wrestling, absolutely. And that's the thing about this card. Like, let's face it, there's 900 people there. And with all due respect, I think there was about 800 by the time the women's match got started. And that's just going to happen still. I'm sorry. People are pigs. It's still a fact. It's no disrespect to the level of quality of wrestling. It's just the fact, it's a ladies' match meeting. I think we should go. There's just people that are going to do it. I won't. Trust me. It's one of those. And yeah, good on the Blue Meanie getting his flowers. Did you guys see the video at the end? Like they posted a video after the match. Meanie's all upset because he was just out there. He was told to go out there and dance with he was told to go out there because people were dancing, and then all of a sudden Mina started dancing, so therefore he started dancing with Mina, and all of a sudden Athena got pissed. Because, when you have a Minion in Training shirt on, it will a Minion in Training dancing with the opponent, that's not exactly the best thing in the world to do here. But yeah, no, it's really awesome that every night here, Minion Training Forever World Champion Athena's the best. Yeah, like, I think she's going to lose that title fairly quickly now, to be honest. I think they literally wanted to get her to 1,000 days. And if they would have had Death by Dishonor on its original date scheduled, which would have been September 5th, this upcoming Friday, it would have been 1,000 days even, and that she would have lost the title. And I think that's probably would have been very apropos for her, and to set the bar that way. I haven't seen, like, the only thing that's going to be coming up is up on my ticker down below here. I've been working all day until I got home. Swallowed down some food, had to get a little bit of rest before the stream, and now I'm fired up here. So, I did get to see a little bit of that because during supper I was watching the Jays in Milwaukee the last inning. Mother Wade taking charge. Ooh. What does that look? Yeah, I know Bama was playing Florida State. I got to see that right after the right after they were done with the Jays blowing having their closer come in and completely blow a game wide open on them. I got a feeling we're starting to get the hits of Jack Perry coming back because Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian not getting along. It might be the end of Kip in that group. But it's nice to see Jay Lethal in here. Just switching topics here. We're all over the place here tonight, but so we get Hologram versus Jay Lethal tonight. There is a little bit of history here with Jay Lethal and the 2300. The former Ring of Honor World Champion. So apparently I heard that Hologram's boot up screen on the that was supposed to come up actually came up with an error message. Now this will be a fun match here. Lethal put him through his paces pretty good. Now, could there have been a glitch in the system because somebody new's coming to AEW? Makes me wonder because, the last time they used that gimmick, they used Sami Callihan, but he's about as close to retired as you could get right now. Just because he's got so many injuries going on, I wouldn't expect that to be a result of it. Damn, Lethal getting getting a shot in there pretty good. Oh, nice roll up. This is going to be one of those technical masterpiece kind of matches here. Really? Your parents caked? Oh, called. I was like, caked. Is that like some weird thing where it this is there you go. I'll give you the rewind on that. No, just caked. I think about couples and cake and slang from 2025 and it just can I just throw it at that? Where is it? Where is it?
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
No, I don't want to talk about that. So yeah. Vic, respectfully, it makes me giggle to listen to Shivani recite Lethal's historic accolades, followed by, and he sure has his hands full tonight as Hologram walks down to the ring. Respect, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, they're trying to hype up Hologram as, well, he is undefeated, right? So the fact that they're trying to bring up the fact that Lethal is like a multi-time Ring of Honor World Champion, but yeah, he's still the underdog against a guy like Hologram. It's like,
What the hell is that?
We've come to the agreement here. By the way, good to see you tonight, Vic. I think we've all come to the agreement that Shivani, you have to take a lot of what he says with about 16 pounds of salt. Because he's being fed a certain things, so. But yeah, Vic, did you get a chance to watch the Ring of Honor show last night? We've been talking about that off and on here for most of the evening here, and I will say this: if you get a chance, definitely go check that out. It's now free on YouTube. If you didn't check out social media, Bright Cove, the program that was supposed to help with the VOD presentation, like put it on the app so you can look at it on browsers. Unfortunately, it wouldn't work on Edge, wouldn't work on Firefox, and it wouldn't work on Chrome. So Tony Khan said, "Screw it! I'm putting it on YouTube, and everybody can watch it." And he's giving $10 a month free to all the subscribers, basically giving an extra month of Ring of Honor free to everybody. So give that to No, by the way, PJC, good to see you here. They actually put a full copy of the show up. It's still up for everybody. TK's not taking it down. No, once it closed shop, it stayed up there, and it's still up there from what I've seen. And yeah, everybody's getting all subscribers are getting a free month's credit. Which TK right after the show said, yeah, it's gonna cost me a lot, but we're gonna work with the people in charge, and we're gonna get this cleaned up properly here. Basically saying he's gonna sue the piss out of the guys that were creating the issue. Yeah, and in terms of Chrome acting up, I've been finding my browsers, like my preview browser for the stream here, like the one that I use to make sure that everything's running. Yeah, it's been just chopping up, breaking up every once in a while too. But yeah, in terms of what you missed so far in terms of action, we had Daniel Garcia beat Blake Christian and challenge Jon Moxley once again for next week. We also had Tomohiro Ishii. Oh, sorry. Let me get the details of the matches out quick here. Jon Moxley came out at the start of the match, tried to talk strategy with Garcia. And then after the match, Garcia challenged Moxley once again for next week. And Yuta came out as the face of the Death Riders to say, yeah, you'll get it. Don't worry about it. From there, we got Josh Alexander teaming up with Kyle Fletcher, the TNT champion, to take on Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly. Ishii once again needs a pin. However, Roderick Strong is a little pissed the fact that he wasn't in the match as Fletcher's in the match. And basically they're working on possibly doing a breakup between O'Reilly and Strong, it looks like. Then we got a segment where Tekla and Jamie Hayter are just beating the living piss out of each other backstage. I think that's what everybody popped in here overall. So, and now we're getting Hologram versus Jay Lethal tonight. "31 straight wins for Hologram if he wins this one." But yeah, and PJC's got a great point here. And even if TKS take the financial hit, the goodwill from that, he'll eventually pay back. And we were talking about that with the numbers. Like, I think it was as of noon today, noon our time, so about 2 Eastern. There were 195,000 views of that show, It was 125,000 live for the main events. But yeah, like 100 and yeah, like somewhere around 195. I don't even know where it's at right now. Oh, lethal combination, attaboy. I'm just gonna check it out right now while we're here. So funny, Ring of Honor is the first thing that comes up at auto search. $165,000 on the stream and 79,000 for the pure VOD or the expunge VOD. And then Bandito versus Intercero's got 20,000 views for the highlight video for them. So if you look at it, they realistically have 245,000 people have already watched the show from last night. And we know Nats will watch it about 1,400 times, so that'll get back up to a little bit higher than that. But the amount of goodwill that he's going to get out of that PJC, you're bang on. Especially when I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but I really have a bad feeling about tomorrow's card. And hologram wins with a hologram bomb. Or the hollow bomb or the tilt-a-whirl power bomb. And his knee is screwed. What's going on? There's a corruption detected. The hell is this? We got an evil hologram. What was that? It almost seems like they're going to have just a straight up alternate version of him. So, do we get MVP's wrestling debut at AEW at All Out? I want to feel that this is like a second level thinking kind of thing, so forgive me on this, but let's think about this here. If you have Ricochet and the Gates of Agony come out and say that this is, yeah, that was pretty sick. But it makes me wonder, do they have an alternate version of a hologram, or is there a debut that we don't know about? Now, is Ricochet going off on this because it's the truth, or is MJF paying him to do this? Because there very well could be a chance. Prince Puma. Hey! Could you imagine if it was Prince Puma that did that? Like getting Ricochet in the full gear and everything? Maybe it's not a coincidence that they put the Ricochet segment right after to try to swerve people out of it, right? No pun intended, the kill shot there. Could you imagine if they go back to that again? I don't know if it make a lot of sense right now based on the feud that Ricochet's actually in, because once people figure it out, it's going to look real dumb that he's working 2 heel angles at one time, right? So I don't know which way you go with that. So, but yeah, we're almost a full hour in already, and we've got 2 women's matches. We got FTR versus JD Drake and Adam Priest coming up tonight as well. We got Juice Robinson and Big Bill coming up yet. You go ahead, rewind, and check that out again. For myself personally, one thing I really do enjoy is the fact I'm just going to sit back and watch what happens. Because a lot of people try to overanalyze everything. Sorry, just had a couple things come in here, but no, I'm at the point right now where I really just don't want to overanalyze. I just want to see what they're going to try and tell me. And if it feels really dumb, I'm not going to hide the fact that it does, but I do feel that sometimes it's just best to relax and just let it happen. You know, you don't do that with a slaughter of people, but you do that with a very good wrestling card. It's almost like, that pregnancy announcement with Naomi just a few weeks ago, and everybody just tried spoiling it, and everybody's trying to find the details before it happens. Rewatching 0 references, hey, I'll take that as a big win. Hey, we got her already in the ring match. And for once, it's not the guys. Or Megan Bain. Yeah, they got to get Windsor back on track here. Apparently, Mercedes was talking about getting Windsor another shot at the title. Ah, okay. Favorite wrestler of all time? There's so many different ones. Like, wrestling's such a subjective thing, Train God. By the way, good to see you here. Like, I grew up in the days of the Big Boss Man and whatnot as being be in that era where Bobby Heenan was basically trying to run roughshod over Hogan. I can't say that I really do have a favorite wrestler. There's just, yeah, Nats fan. Did you guys see the post? Sorry, I'm not trying to duck a Train God, but I really don't have an answer for that, because growing up, there wasn't anybody I was super backing. I was in the middle of Heart Country. That's where I live. I live in Alberta. And one thing you learned about Alberta is the fact you liked everybody, because you knew you were going to hate everybody at one point. Did you guys see the post by Will Ospreay right after he got knocked out? Alex Windsor puts up a post about the... she didn't even get it fully locked and she's already tapping. That's not good. Windsor puts up a post of her showing off Forbidden Door. And Ospreay immediately sends a reply, I'll enter your Forbidden Door. And Windsor starts freaking out on the social. Like, ew. No, it's going to be nice to see Windsor get on track here. Lastly, in the hologram situation, I gotta say this: as long as they don't make it a Sin Cara versus Sin Cara, and I think they might do that. Hologram yellow versus hologram red. Get a lot of trolls on the streams. Yes and no. The banhammer hasn't had to go a lot of ways, but I am very apprehensive, and I do keep my eyes up on things, but not banned yet, shockingly. No, I think I've only like right now I have one ban request, and it's just because I ended up getting a guy in here that I think it was. Oh, hold on here. Is it bugging anybody else that she's eating her hair right now? She's got the promo skill. Like she has been working on her craft for so. She didn't even get time to get rid of her gear. Like her gear is still sitting there in the corner of the ring. But no, Train got I think the last time we banned somebody, I think it was all right after All In 2022, one of the greatest cards we've seen. And the guy literally came in and said that show sucked, no storylines, matches were horrible altogether. I'm like, no, we're not dealing with this. Ban. Okay. No show sucks to be fair. You got positive negatives and everything, negative all the time. Absolutely, Train God. That's one thing we emphasize around here. We have an absolutely great community. So both on Twitch and on YouTube here. So all right, who's he got? Who's he getting? Mark Briscoe versus what are we gonna get? Mark Briscoe versus Okada. I almost feel that's probably where they're gonna go, just to get that title shot out of the way. Oh, goody. FTR's here. We're about FTR Wednesday, first thing out of the blocks. Absolutely gets chewed out by everyone. I drink match of the night. Sacrificial Archer alert. Let's just throw that out right now. I won't give you the full siren because that's annoying. I just don't know why you'd make this the I Drink match of the night. This is not going to be much of a match. Because I think it's an already in the... Is it an already in the ring match too? Big Stoke's not here tonight. It's one thing I found about Collision. More often than not, there's no managers. I mean, it's a pretty whole show for being... Yeah, like... There's been nothing that's been really over the top yet. It feels a lot like the pay-per-view last night. Like, there's been nothing bad. Like, you're not going to put anything up here to... But you got to feel that there is going to be a little bit more coming together here in the second hour. Like, Juice and Big Bill will be pretty good. Unless it finishes with, like, a DQ or something. The only thing I'm really worried about in this matchup has nothing to do with this matchup right now. And that's the fact that Anthony Henry is not involved in this card. Like, normally the workhorseman is JD Drake and Anthony Henry. And Adam Priest is sort of like the third wheel. Because Priest still says he hasn't been signed yet. This very well could be the match that officially signs him. TK knows a pay-per-view's in... Zodiac, this is... As a promoter, I've worked with... I think it's 9 different promoters here in Alberta. And one thing they've taught me, and one thing I've seen from a lot of things, and one thing that makes a lot of sense, any promotion that is somewhat in your group, like, there's all levels, right? Like, there's the low-level promotions, there's the mid-tier indies, the top-tier indies, then there's the TV promotions, right? If you don't want to announce anything for your next pay-per-view before the guys in your tier have theirs. Within reason, of course. If you have the option of not doing anything until they're done. So, for example, we have one tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending what part of the world you're in, with WWE having Clash in Paris. I got a feeling after that's done, things are going to start ramping up a little bit. But let's face it, this is Tony Khan. He will announce 5 different matches the week of the show. 5 to 6 matches. We just know it's an AEW pay-per-view. We know it's going to be good. It'll be interesting to see how things go. And plus, I think he also wants to wait for the big announcement that's coming up, hopefully, in the next week here. Because what it sounds like they're doing now, and this very well could be setting up for right now. And you folks in the States, let me know about this. Apparently, there's a new terms and conditions for HBO Max, where now you have a contingency in there for one-time payments, a la add-on items to your pay-per-view, or to add pay-per-views to your streaming service. So this very well could be the opportunity where AEW finally does their pay-per-views on Max, and if they do it, what if they do it with a discount? Like, say, like, I don't know how much HBO Max is in the States. In Canada, we're screwed either way. We're paying full price for it until they figure out what to do with it. McG with the entrance with the air horn. Attaboy. Good to see you here tonight. The with the announcement, the impending announcement that AEW probably is going to put All Out on Max and say give you what, $10 off the price of a regular show. Like in Canada, once again, we're screwed no matter what. It just seems par for the course for now. But if they could do that to counter what happened with the ESPN movement starting on for WrestlePalooza, I think that might be enough to just, between what happened last night, which let's openly admit, what happened last night was not a good thing, but turned out to be a good thing. I think personally. And PJC summed it up perfectly. The goodwill that Tony got out of that, because he handled the situation the way that he did. Like, I had people screaming at me on X during the show about how they couldn't watch it and all the issues that were coming up. And all of a sudden they find out it's on YouTube and they're like, oh, well then, let's be nice. What happened last night? So Bright Cove is the basically the content provider that provides the video to the Ring of Honor app, whether it's online or whether it's through the app itself. But apparently there was something going on with Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge where the video was unwatchable after 10 seconds on the browsers. If you had Safari and if you had the ROH app, you had no problems watching the show last night. I have the Ring of Honor app on my Roku TV, so it's perfect. So I would say it was about 9:30 Eastern, 10 o'clock Eastern, somewhere in there, like about halfway through the show. TK put an announcement out that the show is live on live on YouTube. It would have been sweet if he put it on Twitch. You know how many people buy subs just as support for that? I remember when a lot of wrestling was over on Twitch, and that ended up being a hell of a boon for a while there. But that's a whole different story for another time here. But no, they opened up a live feed to the show on YouTube, and they've kept the show on YouTube permanently. And we were looking at it earlier, and we ended up with what, about 245,000 as of right now have watched the show. 245,000 views for a low rate. Well, I don't want to say low rate, a mid-rate show. The thing that surprised me the most, with all the commotion, all the issues, and with everything going on, during the Hechicero Bandito match, there was 125,000 people watching that match live on YouTube. That doesn't include the app. That doesn't include Safari. Just on YouTube itself. Well, the crowd is, God bless the 900-person crowd swearing at two guys, and, they really can't do a whole lot to it. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, that's what ended up happening last night. That's the whole story about why the show's available on YouTube right now for free. So I guess I got you a talking point for the show next week, sir. For those that aren't familiar, available over on Twitch, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Actually, what I'll do real quick here, since we got a bunch of people on both platforms. All right, well, there you go. Little crossface. If you're watching over on the YouTubes, check out that link. It'll be available every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Start time fluctuates once in a while. Talk about all the week's worth of wrestling. Oh, it's the Gargano Escape. That's what it is. Okay. It's not the crossface, so. But he also joins us after Dynamite every Wednesday for our online GM. Vic does. So, along with Zodiac in the chat as well. Always a fun time. And remember, folks, tonight, after we're done here, over on Twitch exclusively, will be our WWE 2K25 solo My GM run. We're on the Go Home show for King and Queen of the Ring ourselves. So we're gonna have some feature matches there. I would tell you what we're gonna have, but I have a weird feeling that we're gonna get some power cards against us. Need to catch up. I want more wrestlers to keep. No, you gotta tell PJC to catch up. This crowd is relentless and I love it. Hey, Michael, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. If you guys are over on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you haven't yet. He dropped the mic. Attaboy. Oh, that's right. He hit the kill switch on Stoke on Wednesday, so. Oh, this crowd. Nobody cares. They want the match in Toronto. Everybody loves Toronto. So, chat, I want to ask you a very important question, and feel free to answer this. Hey, FTR actually made their name on a TLC match as well. That was in Toronto as well. Uh, what's your favorite tag team of all time? Who's the best tag team of all time in your eyes? There are many different opinions. There's no such thing as a wrong answer because there are so many different ones that are available. Who would you consider your greatest tag team? Because so many people are putting it out there with thank you, Wise Butt, for taking care of that. Let's just quickly There we go. Bye-bye. It's the only thing I don't like about Streamer Bot. It's the fact I can't get rid of those off the screen like that off my chat. So thank you for helping out, Zodiac. Why is your hair wet? Boy. Oh, they're showing LFI. Okay. He was. It's actually amazing because nobody ever thought Roosh would be willing to go back down to Ring of Honor. But I guess if you're going to get matches, that's what you do, right? Not brothers. Welcome to your new family. That. Uh, what the? Oh, it's Harley with an eye drink commercial. I love this version of FTR. Absolutely. They are. Sorry, I'm going to hit the mute button here, but yeah, this version of FTR is pretty awesome. Oh, no, don't worry. I find it a habit that everybody is behind me, and well, you can catch up during the commercial breaks. You're only a couple minutes behind, so. Um, but in terms of the top tag teams ever, I made a case, and it was more of a case to say why 3D is not the greatest tag team ever, the Dudleys, because somebody was trying to put that over. I will answer it in one very simple statement where I don't even need to give an answer. When you actually have a pop named after you, and I mean a wrestling pop, not a drink, okay? Let's get it straight. When you have a pop named after you, would that not get you in a posh? Yeah, exactly. There you go, McGee. Exactly. That's who I'm thinking of. Like the greatest tag team of all time, like it's the one that draws the most money, right? And the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, whichever way you want to call it, as long as you don't include the group that, let's not include Rocco. Just straight up, let's not include Rocco. Let's just ride that out of our memories here. But no, when those guys came out, the crowd was deafening, and you knew somebody was going to get their ass kicked. So, to me, it just made perfect sense. To me, that very well could be the greatest tag team of all time. There are some others as well. Coco and Owen Hart, high energy. Sure, if that's your choice. The only thing I would say about that is longevity. And yes, I do remember high energy. Coco Beware and Owen Hart with those fluorescent tights. Briscoes, Dudleys, Hardys, Midnight Express, Animal Hawk. For me, if I was going to put it in a category, you're looking at the Road Warriors. You're looking at ENC. The only reason ENC would be lower on the list, but still on the list, is just longevity. They broke it up after the Attitude Era when they probably could have kept it for a little bit longer, but I think in many ways, because of how many times they got signed for different promotions, you do have to include the Dudleys on the list. The OG Heart Foundation, absolutely. I'm not against the Midnight Express. I just didn't get to see enough of them, Nats. The Midnight Express was more of a regional than what I got to see. So that, like, if I told you the Karachi Vice as a team, you'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" For me, the Western Lions could be considered that. You'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" The Outsiders were good when they teamed up. Yep, they were a vibe. Exactly. Like, it's one thing. It's all subjective, right? British Bulldogs, absolutely. Like, grew up in the territory. My grandfather has a crack at NWA tapes. Absolutely. So we got the Gorbachev spot for Callis. We got the Fletcher mark on his cheek. What is Alexander going to get? Were the Killer Bees ever champs? I don't think the Killer Bees were in WWF. I think they might have been regionally. Well, hell, most people that were in the WWF at the time were a champion somewhere else at one time, of course. For your nostalgia, Edge of Christian, absolutely. No, and oh, here we go. Two guys once again that we were talking about having as part of the TNT stuff, the TNT fights and whatnot. But yeah, and that's one thing I try to remind everybody is that did I tell you my grandfather ran security at the Skull? You did mention it because I think you were going to a show there. Hey, McCurdy, we're doing good. We've been talking a whole lot of different topics here tonight. Talking about Tony Khan giving goodwill. We're talking about the greatest tag teams of all time. The wrestling's been okay, but honestly, right now we might start entering the good match phase. Oh, you met the Bushwhackers. Oh, cool. I remember sitting down with them at a PWA during a PWA show. You know, when it comes to independent wrestling, the one thing I love about independent wrestling in many ways, like you can literally hang out with wrestlers during the show. They'll sit in the crowd and watch a match, and you'll just sit there with them. They're not taking anything. Oh my God, they're starting to do they're starting to do socials. Let's go. Let's go. I know there weren't Juice getting his beard back, yeah. Bushwhackers, Jordan Grace, Ace Austin, a couple names of wrestling. Jordan, absolutely. I appreciate the fact that TK's doing this with the socials. Sorry, it glows a little bit. The fact that they are showing that we are recognized a little bit. I wonder if they're actually going to come on and start using some of our clips a little bit. I wouldn't mind if anybody, if AEW wanted to play 3 minutes of me losing my shit over something. I'm more than fine with that. Just make sure to have my name somewhere on there for it. So Should I tweet AEW watching Collision with like the ref? I got a feeling that's going to get vetted because I've already put a post down saying I'm watching Collision. So I appreciate the thought. Oh, Juice actually doing some good work here. American Training. We'd love to see Hangman Page or Will Ospreay. You know what? I'm happy with where they are right now. And you know what? If they go over there, they're going to have some great matches there, Train. So I like where they are right now, and I love to see how they're going here. And personally, I just wonder sometimes, what team are you in fantasy football would be willing to trade your kid? Oh, you're telling the Nats fan about that. Okay. As we hit the picture-in-picture here, and Juice is almost dead from that boot. All those three. Yes, Nats, I remember the time where AEW did show up and say, have a great stream. I just feel that it's a very positive moment, but at the same time, they showed up once. I think more than anything, they were there to check things out. So. And if Jericho ends up going over to WWE, I just wonder how it's going to be booked. So you just decided to change your country every time there, Train God? I don't mind that. One time don't mean shit. Eh. You know what? I don't mind it either way. I'm just appreciative to have it there. And don't worry, STG. Like, you know what? It's just a positive time, and you know we're just here having fun amongst ourselves. Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, just Jericho's been rumored to go to WWE, whether it goes there or stays here. You know what? I just want him to have I want him to have good matches because he was really. I'm pretty sure that what happened here this last time was the first time I think he's ever overstayed his welcome in a promotion. And he absolutely did in AEW. He should have taken a break sooner. And then people would probably want to see him a little bit more. Goes back to WWE, has a good run. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all right, STG. I get it. We're not having a real negative day today. Do I play fantasy football? No. I played fantasy hockey for one season. You know what? Whatever the booking is for him, if it works out there, good on him. I don't worry about a Jericho a whole lot either way. If he shows up back in AEW, hopefully the writing's good. If he shows up in AEW or WWE, as long as he's booked well, I don't mind where he shows up. It's like every wrestler. I just want them to put on good performances. Like hell, look what happened last night with ROH. This has been one of the focal points all night. We've been talking about ROH and how great it was. Don't mind fantasy hockey if it's overall season points, but if it's setting lineups every week, yeah, it was a daily update, and I'm just like, nah. I got so much on the go right now. Like, for those that don't know, I have my Twitch channel, but then I also edit for 2 YouTube channels of mine. Backbreaker Video, which we're streaming live on right now, as well as Backbreaker Gaming. And we've had videos on Backbreaker Gaming every single day for, I think we're going on 3.5 years now. So Now they're advertising football, so you know we gotta we gotta try to get a hard cut here at 8. STG got the Nintendo Switch. Nice. I'm gonna hang off on that. Absolutely, it does. African Train got it. Any likes? Any comments? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Oh, that was a question mark, not a period. I thought that was you got it. I'll be honest. I'm waiting for more games before I get the Switch too. I know I'll get it eventually because when the next Zelda comes out, I'm probably gonna. That's gonna be a day one. That will probably be my first day one game with it. And I'm not talking about the one that came out here, but or the one that's coming out with the. Well, I'll probably pick up the game that's coming out soon as part of it, just to check out later. That's supposed to be like the follow up to Tears of the Kingdom, or sort of the supplemental game. So Bill doesn't do a clothesline; he only does boots. And sorry, African Train God, for what I've heard, um, the algorithm, if we get likes, the more likes we get, the more people see it, the more subscribe. Same thing. Like the more people want to see your content, the more people are going to come to see your content, right? So, but we're just here to have fun, and it's a bunch of friends hanging out watching wrestling, and we're always willing to have more friends come in here each and every day. Juice is trying. Like they've gotten the story down that work the knee of the big man, which is one of the oldest stories in the book, but it still works so well. So why isn't Austin going after Juice? And there you go. Good night. Walk into his finisher. I got a feeling this feud's going to go a little further up than this. Oh, and before I forget, I guess I got to start promoting something else now here. For the next month, new subs are discounted 15 to 30% off thanks to September in August. I don't make the rules. Whoa. What in the world? Oh, that's right. For the swear jar. That's the running joke with them. They got the swear jars, so he took $1 for the swear jar. I love the fact they have no idea what's going on. So they just randomly do that. We'd love to see Bill get that push. Hopefully Jericho lets him get a W over him before he bolts. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I love that Claudio did the Mike Awesome or the Bam Bam Bigelow Spike Dudley spot. The only a lot of people miss that because they aren't the old school ECW guys. On Wednesday when Claudio did the gorilla press onto the announce table, they were trying to do the Bam Bam Bigelow Spike Dudley spot from I think it's Living Dangerously 97, because when you throw, unfortunately, because now insurance and not wanting to get sued, they literally had to throw him onto the announce table instead of into the crowd. I don't know if you guys remember that moment when Bam Bam threw Spike into the crowd and they crowd surfed him back into the ring. Yeah, that was a special moment. Those are the special moments that you really enjoy when it comes to wrestling, and those are just so organic. And I don't think you get a lot of those these days, so that's why you appreciate that much more when they do come. So we got that All-Star Women's, and I think that might be it. In terms of matches tonight, I think that might be it for tonight. So I guess this tradition, we'll get the rundown done early here. They have to be off the air because of the football. That makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, so coming up right after we're done here over on Twitch exclusive. So for those watching over on YouTube, you'll have to flop over to Mike the Ref on Twitch. We are going to be doing our WWE 2K25 My GM solo run here, so I'll be picking the matches, and then we'll be watching the matches as we talk a little bit of wrestling. We are on the go home show to Money in the Bank, so week 9, and I think Charlotte Bailey or myself versus AJ Styles might be in there. Probably have Anna Jay in action. Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Page. Hangman with the biggest forehead in wrestling in that game, so make sure you stop by and check it out. Tomorrow night, I'll be here with Horizon Forbidden West. We are actually going to be taking on the main story tomorrow. We did a whole bunch of side quests on Thursday, so Monday, no stream. I'm recording a podcast on Monday that you guys will hear later this week, which actually relates to some announcements I'm going to be doing next week about what we're going to be doing here on the channel, which I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about. Tuesday stream is TBA. I got to see what time I get home from work. And then, of course, Wednesday, we're back here with the signature show. The one where everybody packs in. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody's willing to talk. The AEW Dynamite Sidecast. We're going to be back in Philly once again. It's going to be a lot of craziness. And then we're going to have our online My GM. We're getting close to finishing up season 2 on that. But as always, folks, I appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. As we're getting Darby and the Jackass. Or the Tony Hawk. Somebody explain to me why Darby Allin isn't in a Tony Hawk game. That reminds me of an idea. The township's literally giving them an outdoor arena. The insurance on Darby's got to be absolutely insane, doesn't it? Nobody wants to be around the security guard right at the entrance. That's hilarious. Oh my God, Tony's cousin's there. But no matter what, sorry, got caught up here with Tony's entrance, but no matter what, whether you're lurking, whether you're chatting, whether you're just hanging out to say hi, it is always appreciated to have you here, and we hope to see you here every Wednesday and Saturday for AEW, where we found a lot of fun together. So I find that Mina's learned to do her dance a little further away from the crowd this time. Because last time she was at like during Ring of Honor last night. The crowd came close to grabbing her a few times on her jacket while she was trying to do the dance. Here's an interesting fact for you folks. Darby did an interview with the Jackass guys. Oh my God, he's just like Steve-O. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Nats. Interesting fact for you. Let me just throw this out here for you right now. Involving two of the competitors in this match. Mina Shirakawa and Julia Hart started in the same year. Think about that for a second. Like, both of them just are amazing talents. And Aminata gets the win on yesterday over Taya Valkyrie. She's got a potential to take Big's job up floor. Yeah. But it's all about where you train, right? So funny how Billy looks like she's trying to be a like if you didn't know any better, Billy looks like a face. I take it Mariah may have helped. Probably. And for the record, we will not have any Mariah May slander here. The booking might be absolutely garbage for what's going on in NXT right now with her, but it's not on the talent, it's on the booking. Yeah, you don't have Thekla out here because she's too busy beating up. Yeah, the talent can't help the garbage. Well, that's every promotion, right? Forgive me, Chad. It's extra hot here in Edmonton here with no heat or no AC going on. So I'm. But a good thing is my weather app just told me rain's coming in about 3.5 hours. So hopefully, and cool things off overnight here. But yeah, Tekla and Jamie Hayter, they're probably gonna run out here, brawl with each other. And it's so funny, like looking at Tony just so unimpressed right now. Just saying, I've observed recently AEW showcased black wrestlers banned in W. Yeah, well, it goes in cycles, right? It also depends on what your programs detail right now. Like they did manage to get the Street Profits on the PLE tomorrow, I do believe, as they're taking on the Wyatts for the tag titles. But that's always been a thing about WWE, and I just don't know. I'll be perfectly honest, and I do admit I say this as a Caucasian person. I don't really notice it either way. I really don't. Until they bring it up in a storyline, I really just notice good wrestlers or bad wrestlers. I don't look at race, color, creed. Vince showcased black wrestlers been absolutely amazing. Well, here's the thing. Kind of with you. I don't think about it until it's brought up. Yeah, like we were talking about politics the same way. Like until it's brought up, nobody really thinks about it a whole lot. And I mean non storyline politics, but no. And I've talked about this, and every June I bring up the story, but I grew up in a community that was inherently racist. I grew up in small town Alberta, and literally everybody. I didn't know I was in a racist area until I actually recognized what racism what really was. Because in the part of the world that I lived in, people of color, people of other nationalities, they did the smart thing. What's the number way to not deal with racism? Avoid it, as in avoid the area. And it's only when we had a black family move into town that I started to notice it, and I just wasn't having any of it personally. So, I bet you Booker T just watched that. But no, in terms of one showing it better than the other, there is always going to be complaints about the booking of any promotion, whether you're talking about WWE, whether you're talking about AEW, whether you're talking about Ring of Honor, whether you're talking about TNA, whether you're talking about your local indie. There's always going to be that chatter that this person should be booked or this person isn't getting booked because of X, Y, and Z. Not to get off topic, but I live in a community with mostly Filipinos and blacks. It's very equal with whites. Yeah, and you live in a very diverse community. I lived in quite the opposite. And it took me a while to actually unlearn a lot of things that I've been learned. Basically, you're taught growing up. I admit I was an asshole for years. But the best part about life is learning your mistakes, learning how to fix them, and just fixing them. Like one of the things that one of the lessons I tell a lot of people, I don't apologize a lot. I really don't. I if somebody feels that an apology is warranted, I will give one. But I've never been a believer in accepting apologies or game. As long as the behavior is corrected or whatever needs to be done is fixed, that's more of an apology to me than anything you can say. Because I grew up in a world of wrestling. We've all grown up in a world of wrestling. A promo is anything you can throw out to sell tickets. Literally, that's why you do every single promo that you do. Like you had Don Callis and Mark Briscoe out there. They're trying to sell tickets for Wednesday because they want to say, look, we're going to have this matchup on Wednesday and you're going to have to face a member of my family to get a title shot. Come watch us on Wednesday. FTR's promo about CNC earlier. The CNC Wrestling Factory, which we are making a thing. It's slowly getting together, but we're getting it. But that promo is there just to get you to buy tickets for the pay-per-view, get you to buy the pay-per-view. Like, yes, Zodiac, I agree with you. There should be more matches starting to get announced already. But frankly, anything that gets put out right now is going to get lost in the mix with everything that's going on tomorrow. What you do is tomorrow you let everything get out there, let them do their social work. They're going to get their media hits, and then all of a sudden what's most recent is what's going to be most talked about. And this is something we talked about during All In with the Goldberg retirement. You have to be X amount better at your show to counter the last show. Like being just as good as the show before you is great. But if you're just as good as the show that's going on after you, people are going to remember the last one just because recency bias. It's there. It's a thing. I'm sorry, it's just a fact of life. It's something that happens quite often. Tomorrow is Clash in Paris. WWE has their newest PLE in Paris. And Zodiac brought up a comment earlier about why they're not announcing any matches for All Out except for the one that we all knew was coming. And my comment was, don't ever announce anything before. Don't ever announce something before your people on your level are doing a big thing of themselves, or it's going to get lost in the wash. It's like we were talking about, we were actually talking about it earlier, and we were talking about, local promotions. You don't want to advertise anything about your show until the other show's done, or else nobody's going to remember. Posey, where the hell were you? Oh my God, Julia is a crimson mask. Well, crimson nose. Oh, these two are just unloading on each other. Why does Julia have a broken nose every second match? Or in the case of RCW, don't announce anything because the card will change 30 times the day of the show? And I'm going to get... Because guess what? That's just the fact. Julia's face is rarer than the lipstick. So I'm assuming that they're going to go Saturday, like next Saturday's live. No, they were trying to milk the hot tag a little longer than they should have there. You could tell Julia's got some issues. This is probably the best thing to do right now for Julia. A backstabber out of a cloverleaf? Oh, and here comes the figure four. Nice kick to the face. Uh-oh, stuff is about to break down. Mina's going to tap out. Oh. They're trying to get some spots in here. Now Julia's knee sucks. But she's selling the story well. Jesus! Is it just me, or has this gotten a little off when everybody was a little worried about Julia? Glamorous driver! I will say the fact that they're actually doing this, because the one good thing about football is AEW is not going to be getting their overruns anymore on. Oh, here we go. A bit sloppy. Should have used Billy more if they were worried about her, though. They probably don't have the experience in not moving on the fly yet. Oh, here comes the Jamie pop. Here comes the Jamie pop. That music's got to come on right away. Or are they going to set up... Are they going to set up Thekla and Tony? Thekla and Tony, that would not be bad at all. Or are they trying to do a 6-woman here? Yeah, I got a feeling they're setting up a 6-woman tag somehow here. Oh, let's just clean up Aminata too. Why not? What the hell? She got enough K-tape. She don't need a kick. Yeah, that Nigel's right. And Billy's just nowhere to be seen. Julia's worried about her face, and all the Tekla's like, no, give me that hand. Julia looks like she's having a hard time breathing right now, seriously. All right, now we're going to get the rundown for the card next week. So, all in all, like, I best way to put it is just a middle of the road show. They didn't do really anything to advance a whole lot of story. You got Jamie and Tekla in the back going at. All right, Mercedes and Alex Windsor getting a rematch next week. All right. Why not? Hopefully Mercedes is wearing more than she wore this week, or else we're going to have problems. And next Saturday, Moxley Garcia. They're not running it on Dynamite. They're running on Collision. Well, we got a good reason to be here next Saturday. Yeah, can you tell that they have to have a hard out at 8 tonight? Or 10 in some viewers' case because of football. So not exactly the most over the top show tonight, but not horrible. Like, we got the advancement of the hologram storyline, which I'm assuming we're going to see a little bit more next week. Wrestling lives in AEW. That's new. You stupid. They're mute. No, FTR got their promo out. Kyle Fletcher and Josh Alexander gained that victory over Big Tom and Kyle O'Reilly, and that little extra feud between Roddy and Kyle that's starting to start to brew a little bit there, a little bit more. Windsor getting her shot at the TBS title next week because of everything that was going on. Other than that, like Big Bill and Juice Robinson, a hell of a match, but Big Bill gets the victory over a little distraction. You almost feel like there should be a tag match involved here eventually here, but either that or they're going to blow the feud off completely. And then, once again, Jay Lethal and Hologram. We get the negative version of Hologram. I don't know what other way you want to call it. And then that main event where the Triangle of Madness basically wipes out everybody post-match, regardless of Mina getting the victory. But yeah, are we setting up a Tekla and Tony Storm? It almost feels like somehow they're going to get Jamie Hayter involved in this. And this is a different branch out from what they did before. Like, they've always had the feud with Aminata. Like, those two have been fighting for the second that Hayter made her debut. Or, sorry, that Tekla made her debut and Hayter had to go out for the injury. But with Shirakawa and Storm, a little bit different there. A little bit of change, a little bit of... And it almost feels like that might be the next title shot here. I really thought Mercedes was going to go nuts over a second title opportunity there, but you know what? Tekla and Storm, I will not argue about that either. So she's made to me look like an absolute force. And with the fact that we could get shenanigans, it very well could be a good position to be in here. So, but with that being said, I think we're going to wrap this up. We actually get a chance to wrap this up at a decent time for once. We're going to wrap up this edition of the Sidecast. For those watching over on YouTube, it is twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We are going to be going live. We'll be continuing live there after this because of the copyright music and whatnot. And if I have to edit it out, I don't want it blocked out and all that great stuff. So we're going to end the stream on the YouTube side. We'll be continuing over on Twitch with a little 2K25 My GM mode. And we got our week 9, so we can talk a little bit more about wrestling as we go along here, different topics and whatnot as we go along here. And yeah, so with that being said, once again, everybody, thank you for being here. If you are heading out for the night, hope you had a great night. And next time we'll be on YouTube is this Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends about the show because we always love to have more players in the world. But with that being said, everybody, thank you for being here, and we will see y'all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.